check, check, check. Good morning, everyone. A lot of fun, happy summer energy in the room. Yeah, so good. I'm Mark. Thank you for being here today. It's my honor to be of service to you. Brian, our musician, is not feeling well, so we're sending him our love and prayers. And fortunately, we get to stream in two of our favorite guest artists from Florida, Jesse and Amy. When I was a minister down in Florida, they were my musicians there. And if you haven't experienced Jesse and Amy, you will love them. So welcome, and let's let them kick off our time.
Good morning, Unity on the Lakeshore. My name is Amy.
And I'm Jesse.
And we are so happy to be with you this morning. Let's rise on up and sing our opening song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! Everywhere I go, you know that I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, yeah. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
So we also like to begin our time together with a moment of prayer. So if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Use the breath to bring yourself here. So often parts of us are planning what's coming next or struggling with something that came before. What if we just lay all of that down and just be here in this moment on this beautiful day where there's nowhere to go? And together we get to welcome the flow of love. We get to welcome the essence of our being, the presence of beautiful power to make itself known in our gathering, to do its healing work, to help us remember our divinity. I also ask that our time together be a blessing unto the world, that our love extend beyond these walls and wrap itself around the planet. Grateful for this. We are blessed and we are guided today. And so it is. Amen. And our host today for the first time is Gina. Yay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gina, and I'm really happy to be here today to be able to host and share this time with you. Hello to all of our online streamers as well. And thanks to Amy and Jesse for taking over for Brian today. It's always a blessing to have them and be able to share music with them. Unity on the Lakeshore is a non-denominational spiritual community anchored in loving acceptance. If you're here with us for the first time, please let us know. Anybody? Welcome. So glad to see you and your children. Please know that whoever you are or wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And at this time, I'm going to have Luann come up. She's going to light the Christ candle. And then we can read along together the statement that's on the screen. We light the Christ candle, remembering the Christ in us. Thanks, Luann. Please join me in speaking our mission statement. You'll see it on the screen above. We embrace all people and honor all paths to God. We create a sacred space to raise the awareness and the consciousness of the one spirit in us all. We anchor ourselves in affirmative prayer, forgiveness, generous sharing, and loving community in service to our spiritual awakening. And now our affirmation of faith. There is only one presence and power as me and as the universe, God, the good, the omnipotent. And then Amy and Jesse is going to lead us in another song. And if you'd like to stand or sit, sing along.
The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. The grace of God is gracing me and resting in the grace of God. I know that all is well. The love of God is loving me and resting in the love of God. I know that all is well. The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well.
And now we're going to have our congregational reading. Today's word is about understanding. And with understanding, my spirit is always cool. One of the best ways to remain calm in any agitating circumstance is to practice understanding. Seeking to understand gives me information and insight and eases my reactivity. It keeps my emotional thermostat dialed down if I'm tempted to lose my cool. Perhaps poet Rudyard Kipling was referring to understanding in his poem, If, when he wrote of the importance of keeping your head when all about you, those you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. Properly mastered, my power of understanding gives me the strength and presence of mind to be a beacon in times of trouble or crisis. Whatever this day may bring, I will carry the light of understanding with me. I am cool in spirit. I am understanding. One who is cool in spirit has understanding. That's taken from Proverbs 17:27.
Whoops. And now we take a moment to just do a little meditation, to go a little deeper inward. We begin by saying this. There is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. There is an ancient peace I carry in my heart and have not lost. There is a sense of holiness in me the thought of fear has never touched. I go there now. So let's go there now by sitting up tall if that's comfortable, opening your hands in your lap if you feel like doing that, which represents your receptivity. Lifting your chin up slightly, opening up that heart, and lifting that inner gaze up to your eyebrows. So it's a gentle lift, no efforting. And this is a posture of openness. And it is here we begin taking a deeper breath, slowly pulling that breath all the way down to the bottom, following its loop as it becomes an exhale, and enjoying the easy, graceful process of deep breathing. Feel the body relax. If the mind is wandering, say to the mind, peace, be still. If you have any emotions that have been stirred up this morning or that are cropping in, say to your emotions, peace, be still. And allow your attention to float down into your heart. And imagine in the center of your heart is a ball of golden light. This is the light of love. This is the light of forgiveness. It is said we cannot come to the altar, the inner sanctuary, and simultaneously judge and hold somebody outside of our heart. You don't get both. So choose the one you serve. And if you serve love, open up that golden light and imagine it streaming from you as you affirm within yourself, I ask that forgiveness set me and everyone free. I ask that forgiveness set me and everyone free. And a third time, I ask that forgiveness set me and everyone free. And imagine that this golden light streams out of you 360 degrees, and it goes down the paths of all your relationships, past, present, and even future. And it releases you from the stories that you're holding about yourself or others. It just dissolves them. Forgiveness purifies. Forgiveness creates a consciousness that is open and available to commune with the spirit of your being. Let us take a moment to catch even a glimpse of a forgiven world. What would that be like? What would be possible for a humanity that let go of its grudges and its burdens and its assumptions and its fears? This world is not waiting outside of you. This world is in you. It's waiting for you to say yes to peace in your mind, in your heart. And from there, God's world is revealed. I ask that forgiveness set me and everyone free. Take another deep breath. Allow a gentle smile to come to your face. This completes our time of meditation. feel free to open your eyes slowly, take your time as we welcome back Amy and Jesse.
It's by thy grace that I sing. It's by thy grace that I sing. It's by thy grace that I sing your holy name. It's by thy grace that I feel. It's by thy grace that I feel. It's by thy grace that I feel your holy name.
That was the wrong song. That's actually one of the songs we use for meditation. And I'm like listening to the music, I'm going, oh, that's going to go on forever. So thank you for the first part of the song. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the Beatitudes series that we just completed last week. I did. I thought that was a real nice dive into the scripture, but giving it that metaphysical twist that we love to do here at Unity. So I love it. And I thought today I wanted to take a dive into looking at this guy, Jesus, because, and the talk title is Jesus Has Been Hijacked. And in a way, this wonderful being has been. Fear hijacks everything. Fear hijacks our relationships, doesn't it? Fear hijacks our relationship to money, to all different things. And fear distorts our ability to really be in love and see what is authentically there. I remember as a kid, I grew up Catholic, as many of you know, and it's burned in my head as early as 5 years old, walking into the church and seeing this guy hanging on the cross who's clearly terrorized with blood and nails and like such a apocalyptic image for such a young, moldable mind. And here we're singing, Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. But that dude on that cross did not look like he was loving me. And the underlying message was that somehow, at least how I took it in, I'm responsible. When I'm told that this guy died for my sins, and I'm 5 years old, and I can't comprehend what these words mean, it becomes an attack on ourselves. And for me, I became very afraid. And I definitely was one of the people that threw the baby out with the bathwater. But as I got older, I was like, I want nothing to do with this. This doesn't work for me. And if this is the kind of God, a God that would require sacrifice of this kind in order to be acceptable, I just couldn't fathom that. A basic mind can at least look at that and go, that's not nice. It's not nice. And so I, like a lot of people, threw it out and then tried to find my own way, only to bump into life in some really dark and intense ways. And then as the years went by, as I started forming within me a new relationship with this idea about God, that God is a presence of love that I am, that God is not a male being in the sky, but a principle, laws of life, spiritual laws that undergird our existence eternally. God is these laws, but God is also that personal love that formed and breathed itself into all of existence. And that's what we are. That's what I am. That took years of contemplating this idea while toggling back and forth with the old conditioning that I was told I had to earn my entrance, that I was told that if I'm this, that, or the other, then I'm not included. That took some time to dissolve, because as I was waking up to the truth of my being, I still belonged to a family that wasn't. I'm not judging that, but can anyone relate to that? You get a new expanded idea about yourself. Well, good luck bringing it home on Thanksgiving Day. It doesn't tend to play well in the conversations, because what I experienced in me and inside my family relationships was that there's a resistance to letting go. There's actually a fear of our freedom. It's like, we were taught this way. We're making this idea work. It's not a good idea, but we're making it work. Don't upset the apple cart. So there's a fear to look at the apple cart, which is a broken apple cart, by the way. But nonetheless, that's what it was. So my journey of looking, I'm so grateful that I had some impulse in me that would not stop. I know you have that same impulse, because you wouldn't be in this room. There's plenty of churches that will gladly teach you an old paradigm idea about Jesus if that's what you're seeking, but we're not. This is what I bumped into, though. I bumped into a bunch of people like me who wanted to be spiritual and had a sense of feeling spiritual, didn't want that, threw Jesus out. And so now we were forming this new thought spirituality, but don't mention that guy, which really represents being unhealed, doesn't it? But it was the best we could do, so that's okay. I remember years ago when I was just starting my training at Unity in Chicago, and they asked me to do the Christmas Eve service, which I was just absolutely amazed and floored. I didn't know that I got Christmas Eve service because ministers wanted the day off and they didn't want to do it. I didn't know I was just happy to be asked to speak. But then what they added to it, what they put upon it was, just don't mention Jesus. I was like, so the guy who was born whose name shall not be mentioned, like, I'm not kidding you, that was the directive. And why was that the directive? Because people were so unhealed by the word that the rule became tiptoe around the word. Don't use words that trigger people. Again, I understand that, because in a certain phase of spiritual evolution, it kind of makes sense. If something's so triggering, find a substitute, which is why I do substitute God, love, universe. I use different words to help people expand their idea. But then there became a gate that I bumped up against as I continued to grow, which was, you can't leave anybody out of this equation of love and move forward. And what if what you were taught was completely wrong? What if there is no God that requires sacrifice? What if Jesus didn't die for your sins in the way that you think about that? What if what you were told was wrong? What if that could all be healed in you? I was a yes and a yes and a yes and a yes and a yes to this. And the thought that came to me, which I know you can all relate to, because the Western world does not, it's quite arrogant, and we're quite cynical when it comes to relying on people for help. We're in a culture where asking for help is weak. Now, we're in a culture of asking for help is weak because we're in a culture where asking for help from God, from Spirit, is weak. It is considered weak in this world for many to have a spiritual path. Now, when I went east and spent time in India, it's the complete opposite. It's powerful. People had multiple deities on the altar of their fireplace. There were people who would bring a table or a chair or two to their dining room table for their multiple gods. There was a way of incorporating an invisible spiritual support system into your life that was welcomed and natural and celebrated. Now, every culture has its blind spots. I mean, the East isn't perfect, but they had a piece that I didn't get. And so I don't care about their other challenges. I was winning by looking at something, but what I had to look at was this guy, Jesus. And I remember thinking, if I have a flat tire driving down the freeway, which has happened to me, and I pulled over, was I berating myself for calling AAA and needing help to change a tire? Because I don't know about you, I'm not changing a tire. I don't even know how to do it. Would not be wise for me to do that. That's just what is. So of course, I'm going to call AAA and ask for help. And I'll gladly wait the 45 minutes for them to come and change my tire. If I'm willing to ask for help to change a tire, why would I be unwilling to ask for help on my spiritual path? I had to look at that and look at the insanity of that, and also be willing to have some real healing happen within me. So wherever you are with this guy, Jesus, I hope for you that you can at least have a little bit of expansion and healing. And if you're fully in the I'm all good, maybe there's another layer of expansion for all of us. Course of Miracles says, is Jesus the Christ? And the Course of Miracles says, oh yes, Jesus is the Christ. And the Course of Miracles also says, along with you. That's the missing piece for many of us. There are people that go, oh yeah, that's a cool guy. He can definitely do some cool stuff. He can make magic happen. He can do miracles. But I'm not that. And the Course of Miracles says, nope. If you make anyone more holy than you, you're missing the point. And a lot of religions have missed the point. Again, all good. I use comparison just to help us get there. The point is, yes, there was this wonderful being who embodied God, knew himself as that and nothing else, which we talk about so much here, and said, and this is also you. I'm not better. I'm not greater. In fact, the Course says, Jesus says, I am equal. You can't think me higher than you. But what you can do is let me help you. Because I do know a few things that you haven't gotten to yet. Maybe take my hand. Maybe let me just help you move through some stuff more quickly. That's not a bad idea, right? It says in the Course, and here's a key. You do not love yourself. Now, that's a tough line to swallow. But whenever the Course talks to me, I decide to listen And what I want to do is not argue with, oh no, that's not true. What I want to do is find out where it might be true. It's a more empowering step. So if this says you do not love yourself, would it be fair to say you still have thoughts about yourself that aren't kind? Would it be fair to say you still feel a little embarrassed or ashamed or, oh, you don't want people to know this? These are all expressions and examples of how we haven't yet fully, unconditionally embraced ourselves. So are we okay with agreeing with this first line? Just for today. You do not love yourself, but in his eyes, your loveliness is so complete and flawless that he sees in it an image of God. In Jesus's eyes, your loveliness is so complete. Who you are, put aside who this dude is for you. Take a moment and consider who you are to him. To Jesus, you are complete and flawless, and you are the very expression of God. Now, if you're picking people to be on your team, I highly recommend picking someone who thinks that about you. Someone who knows, a spiritual brother, of course, who knows your completeness. It goes on to say, you become the symbol of God here on earth. To you, Jesus looks for hope, because in you, he sees no limit and no stain to mar your beautiful perfection. In his eyes, Christ's vision shines in perfect constancy. He has remained with you. Would you not learn the lesson of salvation through his learning? Why would you choose to start again when he has made the journey for you? I think of him as like a really good Olympic coach. If you want to be an Olympic swimmer, you've got to find the best coach who knows how to watch your strokes to the minute detail, how your arm enters the water, where there's a little leak in the hand. There are people so perfectly understanding swimming that they will fine-tune you to the point where you could win a gold medal in the Olympics. I'm not looking to learn how to swim better. I'm not looking how to improve pretty much anything in this world at this point. I mean, I want it, but my focus, I just want to be an Olympian, spiritual, awakened person. I just do. And it's just the words I use. I just want to go all the way. And so I've got this guy who's willing to be my coach. And he says, the only difference between me and you is that you still have in your mind two opposing thoughts. You still believe in love and fear. You still believe in both. I have been freed of all fear. So in my mind, there's only love. One train of energy from which my thinking, my creating, my life flows. No longer split in two. You want that? Take my hand. I will help you. I still was bumping into, but I'm just going to say how it's in me. It's my stuff. I'm owning it, but you might relate. I'm like, but those fundamentalists, they're really aggressive. They're aggressive in your name, and I don't know what to do. And I hear, forgive them. Forgive them. I don't have to do anything about them or at them, but I am asked to forgive them. And what does forgiveness mean? As I talked about in the meditation, it means letting my mind be healed about them. Maybe everyone's on their perfect path. Maybe people in their evolution, I'm just making up maybes to create space. Maybe there's a purpose for people being constrained for a while until it's enough constraint that they find their freedom, whatever that means. Here's an even better maybe. Maybe I could just leave them alone. And maybe I could just focus on myself and do that work. And that's where I took another step forward. And I've told this story before, but it's worth giving a piece of it, because one of my trips to India, when I was there for a month, 3-4 days in, Jesus came to me in a very profound, deep, deep, deep meditation. I can't explain how deep the meditations could go at this place where I was. And just a full conversation just like this inside of me. And from that moment, for the next 26, 27 days of being there, this Jesus, this brother, was with me, talking to me, walking with me. Any question I had, I just literally had this phenomenal experience. And by the way, I still had my Western mind going, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Okay, and then I was like, well, then be crazy. I don't know what else to tell you. The crazy part of you took you all the way to India. The crazy part of you made you fly for over 24 hours to get there. So whatever that crazy part that made you move, just stay there and see what else it has to offer you. And what it offered me and what it offers us is the revelation that any judgment or resistance against anyone is simply coming from your sense of brokenness. And this is what must be healed. I'm not looking to make anyone become Jesus freaks. I will never, in my opinion, want to hang a sign on the front that says, Jesus is the way. Because, by the way, Jesus says in the Course, I'm not the only way. What kind of God would there be that would say there's only one way? A God of love says there's as many ways as is needed. And there will always be more ways created for those who want to find the peace that is within them. There'll always be new ways. But we've got to surrender. We've got to let go of our control. We've got to take the hand of some kind of higher power. If it's not Jesus, some kind of presence that loves you. I want to read another part. No, I guess I don't. Oh, here it is. Well, the question is, what's the challenge with surrender? Why is it hard? Why is it hard to just take the hand of Jesus or the hand of an angel or the hand of love itself and give your life to it? And when I was contemplating that question, surrender fighting it. I just want it. I desire a deeper walk of peace and love and power and creativity, whatever name you want to use. I desire that, and I'd love some help to get there. That's how I today think of Jesus. I think of Jesus as just a really cool friend. And this is one of the things I got in India. India said, use the relationship portal or pathway that brings you the greatest joy this lifetime. What form of relationship do you feel unconditionally loved and accepted in? For some people, it's like, oh, my mom and dad, they just love me. I just know I can say anything to them. My mom she's there for me all the time. I didn't have that one. I didn't have a lot of the family stuff, but I was thinking, I'm like, well, what is my form of relationship this lifetime that just makes me light up? For me, this lifetime, it's friendship. Friendship is just like, that's where I come alive. Doesn't make others wrong, but for me, when I'm with a friend, I can be honest. I can put my stuff on the table and not be afraid that I'm not going to be loved. For me, that form of relationship just brings me joy. For me, this lifetime, the biological family, I love them, but it's not it. But I have this. So then I moved my relationship with Jesus into the friendship bucket. And then I started going, oh, I know how to be a friend. I know how to talk to my friends. I know how to rely on my friends. I know how to pick up the phone when I want some prayer or some support. I can do that with a friend. Let's make it a friend then. It was that simple. So I ask you that question as I bring this talk to a close. What form of relationship makes you light up? Maybe it's a sister. Maybe it's a brother. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe it's just kind of a mentor. Maybe you grew up in some kind of sport where coaches and mentors were just on your side and you really know how to believe in them and give yourself to them. Whatever you can put a little bit more faith into, consider seeing how that could help you heal your relationship, whatever your higher powers. Now this week, I'd love for you to spend some time talking to Jesus. See if there's something in there for you. If there's not, and you're all good, let it go. No big deal. Again, I'm not saying you must have Jesus, but I am saying you must heal your thoughts about Jesus. And then when it's neutralized, choose it or don't choose it. But what will happen is your path for your spiritual walk will be cleared. The big rock will be taken out of the road and you'll be able to move forward to what's next for you. Does that make sense for you? Awesome. Let's take a breath. Breathe in. Whew. Let's just let that settle. Whatever got stirred up for you, welcome it. And I speak this very specific prayer, if I may. Just taking the hand within me. I feel this. I see this in my mind's imagination. I see the hand of Jesus reaching. And I take it. And I hear, come with me, my beautiful brother. I love you beyond words, beyond imagining. I see the glory of God in you. My whole joy is to help you know what I know, be what I am, be what you are. My whole existence is for your awakening and remembering that God is all that you are and all you ever will be. Let me help you. Any problem and every problem, I'd gladly help you. I would love to help you become free of the judgments and the personal persecutions that you suffer from. Every one of them, I could get rid of them. If you surrender to me as a guide, as a mentor, as a friend, as the presence of God, whatever name you give it, if you'll let me help, I will pour a blessing onto you beyond your comprehension. I will reveal a life in you that is so magnificent, so beautiful, that you will want for nothing else. I will reveal in you your creative power to heal, to bless, to help others on their path. For you have been given those that are waiting for you to take their hand. How can you take their hand if you have not yet given your other hand to a power of love that has a few steps ahead of you, or maybe more than a few? As you take my hand, your other hand becomes available to do what you came here to do, which is to bless and uplift and inspire and heal and create and enjoy. Yes to all of that. Yes, yes, yes. Take a deep breath. So grateful for this. So grateful for the healing that this day offers. So grateful for whatever came through for each one of us on our paths here today. What I know is that we are blessed and we are guided. And so it is. Amen. Amen. All right, thank you. Now is your turn. You're to make a contribution to Unity on the Lakeshore. Those who are live streaming in, thank you for being here. Before you pop out, we'd love a blessing from you. The link is in the chat. For those of us here, we say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am thankful. And we are so thankful for you. Thank you. Thank you, ushers and greeters. And Gina will share with you some other ways that you can contribute today.
So obviously, they're passing the basket. You can give today by putting a gift in the basket. We also have an option to give through text. It's really, really simple, very easy. You can send the word give to 616-236-5205. Again, that's 616-236-5205. If it's the first time that you're giving this way, you'll receive a link and just follow the instructions to have that activated. If you've given before through text, then you can simply text a dollar amount to that number. And it also allows you to reverse it very simply if you make an error. So it is really, really easy to do that. You can also give online through our website at unityontheLakeshore.org /donations. For those watching online, the link is in the chat. You can also mail in a check to Unity on the Lakeshore. That's P.O. Box 848, Douglas, Michigan, 49406. And now we're going to have another song with Amy and Jesse.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
For some announcements. First off, if there's anyone that needs support, there are a few ways to receive that. First is to email us at unitylakeshore@gmail.com. You can also phone the office at 269-857-8226. And there's always the Unity silent prayer line. That is a 24/7 line, and that is 816-969-2000. Join us on Wednesday evenings as Rev Mark leads a meditation and a book study on the Course of Miracles. As we've heard today and hear every Sunday that he teaches, it's incredible to learn, it's incredible to receive, and it helps us be able to give. And that is Course in Miracles begins with an overview and introduction to the course from 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. and then the book study for an hour at 6:45 p.m. There's a social time that we're having this Thursday, August 24th. Unity is part of the Douglas Social, along with our friends at Douglas UCC. It will be held at the Douglas Saugatuck Historical Society. We do need your help. This is going to be a really fun event, and we need volunteers. Please sign up. Roger will be making his gourmet burgers that are very popular, and we'll be bringing back a favorite, which is the cobbler. And I believe we can volunteer to make cobbler, and when do we bring that, and do we bring it to the church? Yep. Thursday, the day of the social. So Thursday, the day of the social, and just bring it to, okay. 4:30. Okay, all right. And save the date for September 3rd is our annual meeting and potluck. We will be gathering after the service to go over the last year and what we are visioning for the upcoming year. We look forward to everyone's presence and voice, so please come and bring a dish to share. And after last year's great success, the summer dance party is back on. We have music from DJ Ruth Crow again. And the first hour will be dance lessons. Then the rest of the evening will be familiar tunes that we can all dance to. And last year, I just have to say, is there anybody who was to the dance party last year? Anyone? It was fabulous, and it was so fun. So the suggested donation is $20 and will include your choice of Rogers Gourmet Burgers or a hot dog, chips, and a beverage. And beverages are BYOB, so bring your beverage of choice. But it was a lot of fun, so please come. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, please do so. This way you can share about all of the great things that are going on here and engage with others. You can find us at facebook.com/Unity Lakeshore. All right. And we have already welcomed our newcomers. And again, welcome. We're pleased to have you here visiting with us today. Any other announcements? Sandy?
Yeah, I got a card for Miriam, Jerry's partner, Miriam, who sent me the card. So I'm going to put it over on the piano like this, so everybody will have a chance to sign it.
Okay, wonderful. So that's, Sandy was saying that there's a card that we have for Jerry's partner that she's going to sit on the piano for us to sign. Anything else was there? Yep.
There's a fundraising meeting after church.
Okay, fundraising after church today.
Yeah.
A meeting. Okay, thank you. Anything else? Okay, good. If anyone would like to make a suggestion or have any spiritual questions, there's a box in the back that you can submit your suggestion or question to. And now it is time for our closing song. Please feel free to stand.
Thank you so much. As always, Jesse and Amy signing off. We love you. Unity on the Lakeshore. Mwah. Let's rise up and sing our closing song together.
be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for being here.